as you guys know, Bat in the Sun grifter Aaron Schoenk ran or had Space Bears, which was Team U Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. He even did a Kickstarter for it. And eventually, recently, I got an email. Someone said, hey, more was done than just recording for the movie. I'm like, what movie? They said Space Bears, motherfucker. I'm like, wait, what? 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 What's this? What is this? This was a movie in production. What was that supposed to be, a Space Bear Thor? I know, right? You're like, wow, this was a movie? Yes. This was a movie. I mean, not the most original. You got Space Bear Thor, right? But this was done by Laughing Dragon Studios. All right, what did they say? They posted this 10 months ago. Over the years, for a multitude of reasons, most animation studios end up working on a project that for one reason or another don't get to see the light of day. It's an incredibly frustrating situation as an artist poured their time and heart and souls into the work, and to have it die on a shelf, well, it's hugely disappointing. We at Laughing Dragon are not immune to this, unfortunately. However, we were lucky to work with producers who, being artists themselves, understand the need to show off what they've worked on. With that, allow us to present a small, unfinished peek at an untitled, unreleased 2D feature we spent 2 years on. Now you're wondering, why was this released 10 months ago? Because that's when the lawsuit was settled. 10 months ago, the lawsuit was settled. And you're going to know that, hey, because of the settlement, you get to see this footage. You get to see Team U Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Space Bears that Aaron Schoenk was trying to purport as some original idea. Now, I know you're wondering how much money was spent into it. Let's go. This is me. Hey, what else was done to the movie besides recording? The LinkedIn post is interesting. I was told the animator was stiffed on payment. Any proof of that? I went into this story knowing what was happening. I went into it knowing what was happening. No, that was not AI. They respond. I love when you go into a story knowing something and the people like, yo, it was a full animation studio. About 80 people worked on the project for almost 2 years. It was funded by Chris J and government tax credits. So this, you like, wait, Chris J? Yeah, Chris J, dog. Chris J, the walking, talking wallet for Aaron Schoenk's projects. Yeah, that Chris J. They were done 70% of the film before Aaron the Grifter Schoenk rewrote the film. Aaron demanded the studio redo more than half the animation to fit his rewrites. When the studio said no, that they would finish the film as already agreed to, Aaron stopped payments and killed the movie. Bruh. Oh, it's going to get deeper. The production itself was insane, with Aaron missing every single delivery he had promised and was late by months. And you fools out there think he gonna be on time. You think he gonna be on time for anything. But this was a fully fleshed out film, almost done. Cast included Benedict Cumberbatch. I worked for a year on it. Oh no. Hey, wow. 80 people for 2 years? It's a lot of people to stiff. Do you have anything showing that the payment stoppage or the studio saying no to the rewrites? Who all completed their voice recording? How much money was put in the Space Bears? I would love to interview you for Space Bears. Nah. You think Aaron can't afford Benedict Cumberbatch? Nah. Once you see the budget, how much money y'all think he's put into this? How much money you think was wasted? I'm gonna tell you this, more than Legend of the White Dragon. More. Hey, I wish I did, but I heard they settled in the end when the studio sued. I don't know what happened after that. We were told the project was dead. I'm under NDA and the studio guys were good to us. I don't want to get anyone in trouble. That's regarding the interview. Total budget for the project was 8 million Canadian dollars. And whatever else they put into voices, I'm sure all they were well over $10 million. 10 million. Oh, it's going to get deeper. It's going to get deeper. It's going to get deeper, I promise you. You're about to learn something about Legend of the White Dragon that no other channel is reporting on. The only thing Aaron is on time for is cashing checks.
That's a truthful statement.
Cashing Chris J checks. Cashing Chris J checks. Make sure you ask him about this silly conspiracy theory the next time he go live because it's about to get deeper. I asked, where's the lawsuit? The case was filed in Quebec in December 2024, I think. They settled in January. Damn, January about 10 months ago. Wait. This post is 10 months ago. Wait. No. This conspiracy theory is really starting to line up. Is it starting to line up for you guys? Is it starting to line up for you guys? Is it? Maybe? Maybe just a little bit? Maybe just a little bit? Is it starting to line up?
Ladies and gentlemen, we got him.
Why would they post this 10 months ago? Oh, it's going to come out. It's going to come out. They settled in January. Part of the settlement was we were allowed to use parts of the movie in our portfolios. We did some gorgeous work on that film. And until then, we couldn't say anything. That's why it came out in January. Because the lawsuit settled. The timeline lines up. The timeline lines up. Yes.
You dig, bro. You like to dig.
Yeah. Let's keep going. Let's keep going. I asked him about Legend of the White Dragon. He says, I know a lot about what went on during that time. We joked about it in the office. Like the last reshoot Aaron did for Legend of the White Dragon was mostly so he could have a sex scene. Bro. So Legend of the White Dragon got a sex scene in it. I wonder, is it with Sierra? Let's go. Look. Let's go. Now, they may have had a relationship in real life. That's neither here nor there. It always tastes better when you don't pay for it. Eh, Aaron? Maybe he wanted that old thing back. Maybe he wanted that old thing back. You never know. Right? So when y'all finally see Legend of the White Dragon, make sure you look out for that sex scene. Shout out to everyone who was likely on set while they were filming the sex scene. Please let it be in the movie. Please let it be in the movie. Aaron freaky ass, he can't get it, so he got to put it in the movie. Let's keep it going. So I asked, who was the company? It was Laughing Dragon Studios, known as Sadfish. He I know that everyone was basically taking advantage of Chris J. Truthful statement.
That's a truthful statement.
Who seemed like the nicest guy in the one meeting I saw him. Chris was paying Scott Kennedy to help with the film, which isn't how distributors work. Man, is he cooking?
Let him cook.
Is this person cooking? Hey, that's not how distributors work. And he also brought Scott Mendick, who Chris was paying. Chris brought them on to try to control Aaron. No way. No way. And Chris was paying Aaron a salary the whole time too? Wait, what? What? Wait, silly conspiracy? You know, Aaron gonna be like, well, unless you got my check stub, it's a silly conspiracy. How the hell do you think he paying bills? How do you think Aaron is paying bills, guys? Channel dead. I mean, you can only milk Kevin Porter for so long, dog. You can only milk him for so long while bad-mouthing him. You know what I'm saying? You can only milk Tatiana for so long. You can only reuse content for so long till everyone say, hey, we seen this 7 years ago, 10 years ago. You got anything new?
Nope.
No, I need some money. Need some money. All right, so you like, wait, what? I'm like, yo, can you explain how distributors work from your point of view? Because I kind of know. But it would appear that everyone is taking advantage of Chris J. Also, I would like to know more about Scott Kennedy and Scott Mendick or Mednick. How did Legend of White Dragon go from having a theater release deal to no deal at all? I was told Aaron is trying to sell the film. This is stuff that's behind the scenes. Like, yo, the distributor deal? Nah, that's chalk, dog. He's trying to sell that shit. Trying to sell it. Ain't no, hey, we trying to get it off. And if you guys don't remember, Fallen Forward was supposed to be putting the film out in 2024, come in 2024. But in 2023, it was supposed to come in the fall, except for a fall release in 2023. Then it went to 2024. You remember this? The theater deal? Goddamn, all these goddamn advertisements. All these advertisements, man, they advertising the hell out this shit. Remember this? Hey, Fallen Forward will release it exclusively in theaters across the top 25 markets this fall. Cap.
Stop the cap.
Now we finally know what happened to the theater deal because that's about to come up. It's about to come up. You're like, wait, what happened to the theater deal? Aaron done messed up. He's definitely doing some cringy stuff. Yes.
You done messed up, Aaron.
He done messed up. He know it. He'll just say silly conspiracy theories. So now, how do distributors work, right? This is someone who's about to explain it. And I'll give you an example at the end of this. You don't pay a distributor or a distribution agent. A distributor advances you money because he believes in the film and takes it out to market. He makes his money on the back end, not in advance. My partner works for a distributor here in Canada. So they're like, oh, we got some experience. Kennedy sold them on the idea of a theatrical release, but never got any bites. Mednick said the film was a mess and tried to get a better edit. Insert reshoots. Insert, hey, we can't take this trash to market that Aaron produced. You like, wait, what? Who is the Scott Mednick guy? But they were all taking money from Chris J and trying to milk it for as long as possible. He's a walking ATM. He has no idea what the hell's going on. He ain't never produced a movie. Neither has Aaron. Before Laughing Dragon did work on the film, they hired an Indian company to do 3D version, which was the most soulless thing I had ever seen. After us, they were going to try to do it in India again. I know there were 4 reshoots for Legend of the White Dragon. God damn, man. They giving up all the juice. Giving up all the juice. Damn. Think you bringing receipts that Aaron has to say are fake, but we know they are facts. Facts.
That's a truthful statement.
Facts. You say, oh no, I worked on Legend of the White Dragon and Space Bears. And you like, well, who's Scott Mednick? All right, so here's Scott, right? You like, Scott Mednick, you never heard of him. But you go right here to his IMDb. You like, okay, this is IMDb. You like, what is he known for? Holy shit. Consulting. Oh, it refreshed on me. Sorry about that. It refreshed on me. Consulting producer. Scott Mednick, Legend of the White Dragon. You like, wait. Scott said the film is trash? Where's that at? Scott said the film need to be re-edited? Where's that at? Here's not talking about that, huh? Not from what I heard. So I asked him about streaming deals. I'm like, hey, do they have any streaming deals though? You know, not from what I heard though. I think there was an offer on the table, but they didn't like it. The only offer for streaming they had was Tubi. That's what I was told. Tubi. We'll split the ad rev. Tubi. Hey, we'll give you the same deal we get, you know, Joe Blow off the street with a $10 a movie and a camcorder. You know, Legend of the White Dragon is done. It's just sitting there. They could release it to backers tomorrow and bring the film to festivals or Comic-Cons, and it wouldn't hurt their distribution chances. If it's good, it would help. That's what festivals are for. Remember I said, hey, why are they not playing it at any festivals? Usually, hey, guess what? Get Out, one of the big top horror movies in the world. Hey, where did people first see it? At a festival for free. Yeah, saw it at a festival for free. Then that is what you use to attract distributors. Hey, put some more money into it, make it a little bit better. People worked really hard on Space Bears, and the running gag in the office was that we put a polish on a turd, but it would have been a gorgeous film to look at. I'm sad that our work will never be seen. If I think of anything I can remember, I'll hit you up. Damn. There you have it, guys. There's your Legend of the White Dragon update via the people who worked on Space Bears, who also ended up working on Legend of the White Dragon. Aaron Schoenk, once a grifter, always a grifter. Legend of the White Dragon may never be seen. Can't find a buyer. There's no one that's going to put money up for Aaron Schoenk's piece of shit vanity project. Not millions. Chris J has sunk in what looks to be, if all this is true, over 14 to 16 million into Aaron Schoenk. 14 to 16 million into Aaron Schoenk. Aaron Schoenk the donkey. Hee-haw. Unbelievable that his career has been able to go this far. Well, he really don't have a career. Like, if you really think about it, he will end up filming Who Wants to Bang or do something with his wife. He's going to be the camera guy. He's going to be the cuck. All right. He's probably already doing it. Probably, huh? Who you think filming for? The father? No, it's him. It's him. Anyway, what do you guys think of this legendary source coming through with this information? Let me know in the comment section. See you in the next video. Peace.